So I'm getting a surprising amount of DMs asking what that exercise was that I did. So I will share it with you now. I kind of made it up. I pulled from like different people's ideas, and I don't know. Jess was doing one that was kind of similar, and this was something that I felt worked for my brain. So essentially, I took a piece of paper and I wrote down on one column all of my passions and then all of my skills that I could think of. You know, things I was passionate about and things that like skills of mine. Then, once I had all those down, I asked a bunch of friends and the opinions of other people who I trust what they thought I was skilled at and things that they would come to me for advice for. So basically things that they think I am proficient at. And then what I did with those is I would take those, this is about to end. So I'll start in the next. So then based on what was sent back to me from people who I asked, I added a tally mark for everything that they mentioned next to the word that I already had on my skills list or passions list, if that makes sense. When they said, say it was like video editing, and I had that on my list, when someone said video editing, I would put a tally mark next to video editing. And I did that for all the things on there. And if there was something that was mentioned in one of the lists that people sent back to me that I didn't have on my written list, I would add to it and then add a tally mark saying that someone mentioned it to me. Then the final thing that I did was I took a separate piece of paper of all like the potential dream jobs that I have or jobs that I have right now, or just kind of like different buckets. So one is like, you know, it could be content creator. It could be, if you want to write a book, you know, it could be author, musician, stuff like that. And I had a separate individual piece of paper for each thing. And I wrote, you know, one, it could have been musician or content creator, whatever it is. Each one had its own individual piece of paper with just that written at the top. Then I took the other paper that had all the words and the tally marks next to them, and I spaced them out good enough because I cut each individual thing out into its own like little card basically. And then did one piece of paper at a time, and I would lay the piece of paper down. I'll put an example right here so you can see it, but the paper was there and I put as many things onto that piece of paper that fit that dream job. So the passions and skills that correlate with that dream job or that job that I have or whatever, or that job idea. And the way I graded this, and then once I did that, I just kind of took a picture of it, removed all the words again, and then I added all of the words to the next piece of paper that fit with that next piece of paper. So I was recycling different words, and different words could match with a few of the different jobs that I had, like, you know, like videography connected with like being a content creator, but also with like filmmaking, you know what I mean? So the words could be used in different jobs if they go across those different jobs. And the way I graded it, I'll probably put everything right here. But there was like 3 scoring systems. One was based on a 1 through 10, how much of a dream job it would be. Then 2 was the card count on how many individual cards I had on the thing and how many essentially different skills I was using. And then this story's taking forever. Anyway, the third thing was the tally count. So the tally count was all the individual tallies across all the cards that you placed on the piece of paper. Now, that just add more weight to a specific thing that maybe a lot of people see that you're very specifically gifted in. So say it was like singing and a bunch of people said it and you had like 5 tallies on that one thing, that'll add 5 more points to that versus say if I had like being, I don't know, a violinist or something like that. Like no one's going to say that because I'm actually not good at that. So it just adds more weight to the opinions of others whose opinions you trust, if that makes sense. So you add that all up and it gives you a total score for that specific dream job or potential field of work. And that's that. Now, I'm not entirely sure how like accurate this exercise would be. It's my first time ever doing it, and it's not like a legit one. I pulled from like other random exercises and kind of formulated my own thing. And as far as like the number system goes, I really like it, but I don't know. I feel like I wanted to add more. I should have added more weight to the dream job one, so it was more like a 1 through 15 or a 1 through 20, because I felt like there were some cards where like there's 4 tallies on it for a specific skill. That number added so much to that entire job versus like the dream job. Say one thing was like a 9 out of 10 and it was really high, but that difference between a 9 out of 10 job and a 5 out of 10 job is only 4 points. So that was just something I was trying to work out on, like what actual total number you can get up to on the dream job one. So I don't know. Let me know if that was actually helpful or if I just sounded like an idiot. Legit DM me and say if you actually are going to do it or if you did it and if it helped or not, because that would be good to know.